Ranking every single Black Ops 1 Zombies map from worst all the way to the best. We're not including the World at War remakes, we're not including Dead Ops, just the pure main 6 maps. We're basing this on, first of all, how good is the map? Replayability, layout, map layout, theme, that's a big one. The characters on the map as well, that sort of ties into theme. Difficulty, I don't want a map that's really ridiculously easy, and I don't want one that's just really insanely hard. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on this list. And remember, these are just opinions, guys. I mean, a lot of people get really personal about people having a different opinion than them, so we're all COD Zombies enjoyers, so let's just leave it there. I should also say, I don't think any of these maps are bad. I just think that there is one that is just worse than the rest. Coming in at number 6, this is going to be the biggest hot take of the whole list. People are going to get pissed off. Number 6, the worst Black Ops 1 Zombies map is Kino. And it fucking is Kino. And if you disagree, I do think you are plagued by nostalgia, I'm not gonna lie. I think it is genuinely the most overrated map in COD Zombies, but I don't think it's bad. I could think something's overrated and not think it's bad. I think between this map and the one at number 5, you can swap around and I won't get too angry. But if you're placing Kino at 4th or 3rd or 2nd for this list, then that's just so crazy to me, honestly. It's so crazy. Starting off of the obvious, this is a World at War map on a Black Ops 1 engine. Okay, I've said this before, but it lacks so much complexity compared to the other Black Ops 1 maps, and that's of course because it's a World at War map. It doesn't fit into this game very well, in my opinion. It's got a very strong theme in terms of like the cinema, the German cinema. I'm not going to say the other word because I don't think that's allowed on YouTube. So it's a strong thing. I think the map layout is amazing. This is honestly one of the better laid out maps in Black Ops 1, because on other maps they do just kind of put shit together and just like, yeah, fuck it. But this is actually a really thought out map layout and it all links together extremely well. Above all else, the one thing I will say about Kino is that it doesn't add anything to COD Zombies. You think about every map, this is only the 5th map we've ever had, right? But it doesn't add anything. You think about Narked, that was the first one, so it added COD Zombies. Revruck, that added perks. Shino Numa added the main characters, and Deriz added Pack-a-Punch, along with other things. But this map doesn't add anything. You could say it added the Thunder Gun, but the thing with the Thunder Gun is that I'm pretty sure they intended for that to be on Ascension, but they just sort of dragged it and then put it on Kino. Like, the Thunder Gun seems weird to be on Kino. It doesn't really fit in. This map seems to be, it feels like a Wonderwaff map to me, or just a straight up ray gun map. It doesn't really feel like a Thunder Gun map. Like, there's nothing really going on for why is this insanely scientific weapon here? I'm not sure. Doesn't really make sense to me. Nova Crawlers, I think, are really, really annoying, but it's just so simple, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm not someone that's like, I like Cold War or Black Ops 6, where like, I need loads of shit to be happening around me because my fucking ADD is off the charts. That's not the case. I actually do prefer the simpler maps, but I think this is just an extreme example. I think the maps is just too simple. It doesn't add any perks, it doesn't add anything. It's basically Deriz when you think about it. It's got the same level of complexity as Deriz. I do like the different rooms you go into after Pack-a-Punch and all the different Easter eggs you could do there with the reels, the Easter egg song, and then launching a rocket, and the conference room. And I do love the contrast between like the creepy indoors of the cinema compared to the bright sunny outside. Zombies maps have been outside before at this point, but none of them have been really bright and shiny, so I do love the contrast there. And ultimately, this map is really easy, you know, which does kill the replayability a bit. The Thunder Gun is really OP, the high round strat where you run around in the fire room is generally pretty easier than some of the other strats, which is not a bad thing again. This map isn't like overly insanely easy where it just kind of kills the game, but I think that because it's so easy to set up, so easy to go really far in this game, that I think that it does kill the replayability for it for me. And that's the thing, like I've said, I sound like a broken record. It's not a bad map, I just think the others on this game are better. So that's, yeah, I think I've pretty much covered everything, but you're already probably pissed off. Coming in at number 5, we've got 5. Very funny, because, you know, like the same number, if you get it, a little tricky one to grasp there. 5 at number 5, yes, I think 5 is a better map than Kino. I do think that. A lot of people disagree with that. This map is a lot more polarizing than Kino is. It's much more divided, and it's much more divisive to the Zombies community. I agree with that. In my mind, this map edges Kino a little bit. Like I said before, there is not a lot between them in my opinion. I think the other 4 maps released, all the DLCs, are so much better than these first 2 maps released. I think Black Ops 1 had not a great launch, to be honest. Starting off, the theme. The theme definitely carries this map a little bit, and the characters definitely carry this map a little bit. So if you're into like US history, that is like, this map is really good, and I'm into like that shit, especially like the Cold War as well. So that's really interesting. For me, I think this map does a bit more for me. I think this map adds more to COD Zombies. I think this map, it dares a bit more than Kino the Toten. It steps into the unknown and explores what COD Zombies possibly could be, whereas Kino doesn't do that. So this map took a lot more risk, which I really respect, and I think it did deliver, not as much as some other maps do, but I love the contrast between where you've got the 3 levels where you've got like the office, the war room, and then the labs. I think though the contrast between those 3 levels is almost like you're going into a different world. A new way to traverse the map with the elevators and the teleporters, so it makes traversing a pretty vertical map in 5 very easy, and it makes getting to different areas of the map a heck of a lot more easier, and I think it's just generally a bit more fun to have multiple ways to traverse the map. I like the mini boss, the Pentagon Thief. A lot of people don't like it, but I think that's a really cool switch, whereas Kino only has the dogs that the reason Shinonuma had. I think that having a this was the first Zombies map to have a different special round other than dogs, so I really do appreciate that. We also got a new drop on 5, that Pack Punch Bonfire Cell, which is pretty cool. A new gun in the Winter's Howl. Admittedly, that is absolute dog shit. So the weapons on this map, a lot less fun than Kino. But above all else, this map is a lot more challenging than Kino is. It's definitely on the harder side. For Black Ops 1 Zombies, it may even be the hardest map, to be honest with you, in terms of just pure difficulty, because you don't have a good gun. There's Shangri-La, but you've at least got the baby gun. But this, you got the Winter's Howl, and the only high rank strat is running around at the top with the traps. So yeah, also cool like the way you have to build the traps. I remember when people didn't really know about that, and you'd go into a public game, and then you'd build the trap, and everybody would be like, what the fuck, there's a trap on this map? It's like, yeah, there is a trap. Which is crazy. It doesn't add a whole lot to COD Zombies, to be honest, but it adds a bit more than Kino, so that's why I respect it a bit more. And again, this is another map with Nova Crawlers, and I fucking hate Nova Crawlers, but it is absolutely outshined by the other 4 maps on this list. So yeah, is there anything else to say about 5 that hasn't already been said? Coming in at number 4, I've got Ascension. Again, I think like Kino, this is a map that is very well liked amongst the community, and not a lot of people have a bad word to say about it, but again, I don't think this is a bad map. I just think there's 3 maps better than it. That is as simple as it is. This isn't me slamming Ascension. So yeah, starting off, this map does a lot more than the other 2. It's a lot bigger, there's a lot more to it than the other 2 maps, and it adds a whole lot more to COD Zombies. First of all, a different way to go about getting Pack Punch with the 3 landers, I think is quite fun, where you go into the lander and you get like almost like a top-down bird's eye view of the map, which you don't really get in other maps, and you don't really see that, to be honest, with any other map, even in games after this. I think that's pretty cool. You get like almost like a 20-second bird's eye view of the map as you just sort of coast around and look down on the Cosmodrome. Second of all, the theme of this map is amazing. A Soviet Cosmodrome. As someone that is really into space, I love that. And then obviously when you do all the landers and then you launch the rocket into the air, I think that's so cool. So cool, and adds a bit more, does a bit more for me than the other 2 maps. In terms of what it adds, this map adds 2 perks, which is crazy. PhD and Stamina Up, 2 very iconic perks. And they make the map that much more fun. It adds a whole lot more to the map because there's so many different perks at this point that you can get. Especially when you think about that, at this point there's been 4 perks in COD Zombies, and then this one adds 2 more. Yeah, the black and white thing I think is interesting. I don't think it's good or bad. I mean, when you turn on the power, it's like a lot more, it's quite relieving. You do get like a flashbang of color, especially on the Black Ops 3 version. Yeah, starting in black and white is different, and they obviously tried something new. You can think about that what you want. The worst thing about this map by far is the monkey round. That is honestly an actually just terrible fucking idea by Treyarch. There is like a way where you could kill them all at once by near where PhD is, I think it is. But if you're just like sort of playing casually with like, you know, in a public match or something, then that is genuinely going to ruin your mood. You're probably going to lose a perk. And especially on the early rounds when you're setting up, when you're on like a high round, it's not a big deal. But when you're setting up, that shit is actually fucking tragic and genuinely makes you want to end your life. So, but that's really the only thing this map does wrong, in my opinion. There's actually quite a lot of cool glitches on this map, which obviously the developers didn't intend for, but I think it's pretty cool. Easter egg is bit shit. I mean, it's Black Ops 1, we're like getting into it, so it's just sort of whatever. It's completely eclipsed by the other 3 maps. This one's just sort of like, yeah, whatever. Also introduced the Gersh device, which is pretty cool, and the Matryoshka dolls. Yeah, is there anything else that Ascension does? Oh, ultimately, this is the easiest map on this game. Like, casually speaking, this is the easiest map. So that does kill the replayability a bit for me. In terms of just, I mean, you could just run around all day with the thunder gun and you'll be fine. Like, you're not going to go down. It's really hard to go down. This map is so open. There's so many open training spots. You can train in the spawn room. You could train by where PhD is. You could train by Pack-a-Punch. You're just never going to go down. So the whole challenge part of it is certainly eliminated. And so, like I said, it does kill the replayability a bit for me. Not that much, but that's just another takeaway from Ascension. And again, this map doesn't really do anything wrong. A lot of people put it in like B or A tier. I would say B tier is fair. I wouldn't say A tier. But yeah, this map doesn't really do anything wrong, so I don't have a problem with it. Again, I just think the other maps are better. At the number 3 spot, I've got Shangri-La. Now, this is probably the most polarizing map on this game, I think. You either love this map or you hate it, and even though I've put it at number 3, I love this map. I see through its flaws and I appreciate it for what it is. The Black Ops 3 version, I will say, is really shit and I don't like it, mainly because of the lack of PhD, and I do feel like a lot of the essence of what Shangri-La is removed on the Black Ops 3 version. This map is so different than the other maps so far in COD Zombies. It really did sort of flip the script of what COD Zombies could be. First, the theme and the environment I love. It's such a beautiful, colourful map that you really just have fun even just walking around the map. Even if you just like sort of no clip through the map, it's just enjoyable to just have a look at this, like what this map is, because it's so bright, so colourful, so just nice to look at. So that does improve the playing experience for me. I know I bang on about theme a lot, but I think it's important. It added 2 new zombie types, the Napalm zombie and the Shrieker zombie, which is definitely interesting. Does pose a new challenge. This map you also get like the drops where you get the monkey. If the monkey takes a drop, it then will cycle through the drop, and then you can get any drop you want, which is really cool actually. Again, I like the contrast between like the dark underground, like almost murky sort of fucking like underground bunker compared to like the really bright, colourful outside. And then I like turning on the power, like it's almost like, oh, you refill it. It's almost like Indiana Jones. I get like real big Indiana Jones vibe from this map, and I like Indiana Jones, so different way. Like, I love the minecart. Going on a minecart for the first time is like, wow. Is like, oh my god, it's like a fucking roller coaster. Obviously now it's like kind of whatever, but yeah, and the little like water slide as well. But they are like actual effective ways to, like, if you're overrun, to just go in there and you'll be safe. So that is actually quite a cool way, like using the map environment to save you from zombies is pretty cool and not really been done before. So that I think is really cool. And the baby gun, oh my god, probably the coolest weapon in COD Zombies history, to be honest. I think it's a lot of people's favorite gun. It is, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up, like what is the best Black Ops 1 weapon between the thunder gun, the wave gun, and the baby gun. I think that because of your ability to consistently get max ammo from the monkeys, I do think the baby gun is statistically the best, because you can theoretically kill the most zombies. So it's got that going for it, and it's also just really fun to use, especially you have PhD, the ray gun, or the Mustang and Sallies, and you just sort of turn them into babies and then just destroy them. Definitely a bit interesting turning them into babies. I'm not sure what Trek was thinking of that, but hey, everyone seems to love it, so you know, I'm not sure. Maybe some hard drives need to be checked about that, I'm not sure. Pack-a-Punch, if you're playing with friends or solo, it's fine. But if you are playing co-op, you are absolutely just fucking doomed, like, buddy, you are not pack-a-punching. Just give up. You're gonna have to just run around with unpapped guns, because if you don't know, you basically have to step on a tile around the map, and the more people there are, the more tiles you have to step on. So if it's one person, you have to step on one tile. 2 people, 2 tiles, etc. And there's 4 tiles around the map. And then the staircase at the front of spawn opens up, and you basically have a timer to go and pack a punch. So if you're playing solo, that's fine. You can very easily pack punch both your guns and be fine. But I do think that is kind of a cool thing. And then like the water comes down and like just splashes you down, which is pretty cool, I think. The geysers, I think, again, are a great way to just traverse the map and escape the zombies as well. So they really went all in on like the map environment with this map, and I really do appreciate that. And I haven't even mentioned the Easter egg yet. The Easter egg is fucking amazing. It is the best one like so far. I mean, obviously has there even really been technical Easter eggs so far? I don't even know. Yeah, this map is just so quirky and different, and I love it for that. And a lot of people shit on it, and if you shit on it, you know, honestly, go fuck yourself, buddy. You suck. I'm joking. At number 2, I've got Call of the Dead. Shout out to Mr. T-Lexify. Yeah, this map is so different from the rest. It completely, like I said with Shang, the same thing. I think this map came before, but it just completely flipped the script of what COD Zombies is, and like Shang, it sort of dared into the unknown of what COD Zombies could possibly be. And like Shang, I think it absolutely excelled. I think this map is generally more accepted as excelling in doing that, in trying to be different, compared to Shangri-La. And I agree, I do think this map is better, and it probably did a better job. So the first main fucking glaring thing that why this is different is that if you play this map, you'll notice that there is this constant fucking thing following you around the map called George Romero. Say what you want about George, but I think that's interesting. If you've never played the map before, a little top tip, don't piss him off, because he'll fucking kill you. Theme, amazing. You know, like, completely icy everywhere, icy mountain stuff, yeah. Pretty cool way to describe it. There's really been like an icy, snowy map before, had there, so that was a first. My second favorite Easter egg on Black Ops 1. Oh, it's tough between that and Shang, but I do like the you get like the premise crew stuck at the door and then stuck there and they're trying to teleport away, and then if you help them do that, you get a free Wonderwaff. Amazing, love that. In terms of the weapons, they introduced 2 new wonder weapons on this map. The VR11 and Scavenger, which are pretty interesting. The Scavenger comparatively is pretty weak compared to the other wonder weapons, and the VR11 solo is fucking actually just useless. And if you're using it, I don't know what are you doing. But if you play in co-op and then you shoot your friend and then insta-kill for a little bit, it actually can be quite useful. Extremely useful, actually. That is a fucking understatement. So yeah, another map that really taps into the environment, as well as the map at number 1, which you know what that is if you've ever played Black Ops 1. So that's the thing, I feel like with all 3 of those maps, they really go the extra mile to tap into the environment, which I don't think you really get on other games. Like, they really, like, make it, I don't know, do you get what I mean? Like, yeah. Yeah, I did Deadshot 1.0, which is actually fucking dog shit, to be honest with you, so that's just a massive L for Call of the Dead there. Sucks. The zip line's pretty cool, like from the lighthouse. First map to have multiple pack-a-punch locations, which think of you want of that, I don't know. I guess it's cool in like the challenge point of view, mixes it up a little bit, but then when you're trying to pack-a-punch, it does kind of piss you off, so yeah. When you're like moving around in the ice and you get frozen, you could die, that is also a little bit annoying. But it doesn't try to kill you nearly as much as Shangri-La fucking does with the spikes, and it's actually pretty tame comparatively. You can kill George, get a free perk, which is cool. You can do like a rainbow perk challenge on this, technically. You can get multiple perks, don't quote me on that, I think that's right. And the map is fucking huge. Like, they really showed, like, okay, we can actually make an enormous map, and they did that. Although there's a lot of places on this map that are sort of dead space. You know, there's emptiness, and there's not really anything to do. We compare that with Shangri-La, where, like, every part of that map has a fucking purpose. But with this map, that's not true, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, probably the map I played least on Black Ops 1, which is maybe is why, I'm ranking it too high, I'm not sure. But I do think this map that did wow me when I first played it. I was like, oh my god, this is so different and unique. What have we talked about? The different characters as well, which were all pretty good. Ultimately, I'd say this is like an A-tier map. Like, you could put it in your top 10, I think. And it'd be good. But yeah, Call of the Dead number 2. Love it. Which brings us to our number 1 map, the best map on Black Ops 1 Zombies. Not even fucking debatable. And for those of you that have been paying attention and have never had a brain aneurysm, you'd be correct in saying that it's Moon. Good job, you've got it right. Again, I think this is a map that divides the community. I think that Kino and Ascension are the only maps on this list. Actually, no, Kino, Ascension, and Call of the Dead are the only maps on this list that are unanimously agreed upon to be pretty good maps. I think all the maps are good, but the other 3 are divisive. But I love a bit of division, I fucking love it. So, you know what? I think Moon is so much better than every other map on this game, honestly. I'm trying not to let the Black Ops 3 version of this affect it, because that is fucking amazing. That is genuinely one of the best Zombies experiences you can have. The Black Ops 3 version of Moon. Oh my god, it is amazing. It just... okay. So, first of all, you start in Area 51. You start in a completely different place where rounds don't change, they just come after you slowly and then start sprinting at you. Of course, that was meant to be the Paris map, and I love that you can, you know, run around, build up points, and it's a challenge in itself. Right, how long can you survive, how many points you can get, how many kills can you get, etc. Can you get jug, can you pack a punch? It's all good. Yeah, and then you obviously teleport to Moon, to the actual Moon. And then you'll notice that you immediately start suffocating. You need to put your PES on, so there's that. The thoughts on the PES, definitely a bit. I think there's definitely too many places where you have to put it on, to be honest with you. I will give that. And that's the thing about Moon, is that this is the map with like the most things wrong with it, in my opinion, but it also just is the map with the most things right with it. It's so polarizing, and I understand why people don't like it. But I just look past those things. You run through till you turn power on and everything's depressurized, so you need your PES on. The theme is top tier. Honestly, probably one of the best theme maps in COD Zombies ever. I think really there is only 1 or 2 maps that are better themed than this, but this honestly may be number 1. Again, I'm biased to that because I'm a big fan of like astronomy and space. So this map is just tickling my fucking pickle every time I play it. The hacker, bro, the fucking hacker, like it's so different. Like, you never see the shit on other maps at this point. The hacker has so many different abilities. It's fucking awesome. You can open a box when it's not there. You can open a door. You can stop the excavators, which is pretty cool. I love the different areas of the map because all the different areas are just so different. Like the biodome compared to like the little main pyramid power room. It's so different. And then like the tunnels, and the layout is very weird compared to other maps. It's very linear, if you know what I mean. Like, there's no way this map loops around, so that is in itself maybe a bad thing, but I also almost kind of like that, because if you notice with every other map, literally every other map on this game, is that they all loop back around in a sense. Whereas if you're at like the biodome, or like near the top of the map, the biodome, and like the outside where you teleport to Area 51, there's no way to get back to the spawn room unless you run back, or if you teleport and then teleport back. I love the little jump pads in the biodome. I don't know, I just sort of love jumping around in there. It's just a fun little mini game to have whilst zombies are trying to kill you, which is pretty interesting. And the weapons on this map are very good. The wave gun is amazing. Again, like I said, like the 3 wonder weapons on Black Ops 1, the thunder gun, the baby gun, and the wave gun are all amazing wonder weapons. This one is pretty similar to the thunder gun, where you shoot it and the horde just sort of dies, although it does have the dual world zap guns, which is pretty cool. Again, this has got the Gersh device, and then it's got that special grenade. What is it, the QED, I think it's called. So yeah, the weapon choice on this map is absolutely amazing. I love it. And finally, I think the best part about this map is the Easter egg. One of my favorite Easter eggs of all time, and probably the best Easter egg ending of all time, because you literally blow up Earth, and that sets off all of Black Ops 2. Like, it's so monumental, and you haven't really seen like it's not like a cutscene, but you haven't really seen like anything like that before, just to see the whole Earth blow up. And at the time, it was fucking mind-numbing to see that. The actual Easter egg process is a fucking nightmare because it's very RNG based, but if you're playing co-op, you're playing with multiple people, then you'll be alright, because you can always just have one person with the Gersh, one person with the QED, and you'll be fine. But yeah, aside from that, the Easter egg is pretty fun. Probably my favourite Easter egg on Black Ops 1. Not to actually do, but just like the result of it. I don't think there's anything else to say really about me, and I think it's my favourite Black Ops 1 map, one of my favourite maps of all time, so it's absolutely at number 1. But that's the list. Let me know what you think about this list. If you made it this far, I doubt you have, because you fucking hate me. Why do you fucking hate me? If you think I made any mistakes, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. If you liked the video, you could leave a like if you want, and a subscribe. That would be pretty nice and handy. But yeah, see ya.